Yep. In fact, I'm probably the only normal person left who knew him at all. We used to chat occasionally back when he was still around. Before he passed away, he asked me to destroy all his manuscripts. I honored his request, but I did read through everything first before destroying them.
I see.
I mean, I couldn't let the genius of Lord Artificer Alain Guillotin disappear like that. Would have been such a waste.
So, that's where the formulas in your notebook are from?
I just told you. Those are my equivalent of crossword puzzles. They're just dumb formulas that I solve for fun when I'm bored. Alain's work was like epic poetry. The formulas in my notebook are just silly little riddles in comparison.
Oh?
Not that there's anything bad about them. I mean, at least, solving those riddles isn't going to hurt anyone. Except me, because I lose a few brain cells in the process. Anyway, while we're on the topic, I might as well tell you about what happened to him and his friends. Alain Guillotin had two close buddies, Renee and Jacob. They spent their childhood years together in the Narzissenkreuz Institute.
Yeah, I remember
They were all
this.
quite competitive, so there was some rivalry between them. But it was a friendly rivalry. But beneath the friendship and the rivalry,
I'm not sure if we
something
ever got a
deeper,
chance to record it.
a sense of nostalgia for the past. Unfortunately, childhood would end. The prophecy would come true. The apocalypse would arrive, and the future would never be. A mad dream that would normally only capture the minds of lunatics begin to take root in their hearts. A dream of saving the world. And if Renee and Alain had been people of lesser wits, that dream would probably have ended up as something for them to joke about in their older years. But alas, they were some of the sharpest minds around. They nurtured that dream with the full power of their intellect, and it grew into something that ate away at their souls. The first of them to fall under its spell was Renee.
Oh?
Against Alain's wishes, he persisted in experimenting on a mutual friend of theirs to try and save their life. Alain did not approve and parted ways with Renee. It's complicated. Alain wanted to believe that Renee only did what he did for the sake of their friendship. But when he told me about what happened, I could tell he still had some suspicions about Renee's motives. Perhaps the seed that would grow into a nightmare had already sprouted in Renee's mind.
Oh god.
Even then. The next time they met, Renee's soul had been completely engulfed by the dream of salvation. His futile attempt to change the tide of fate only resulted in a wave that swallowed up the world, even before the apocalypse came. And although that wave died down eventually, I hear that it just recently came back with a vengeance. As I understand, Renee wanted to
Yeah, I remember
his dream
that.
of salvation once more.
Yeah, I remember the tower. It was one of those, I said a side quest, but it was one of those. Actually, I think it was one of those world quests, if I recall. Hold on. Sorry about that. Just making sure that it's still recording.
But I'm told that the attempted resurgence finally died out for good. At long last, Renee awoke from his deluded dream. Though of course by then it was far too late. What do you think of Renee? Do you admire his transcendent genius? His view that any price was worth paying to achieve the lofty goal of saving the world? Or do you despise him? Dismiss him as an evil madman who wrought havoc on the lives of everyone around him as he pursued his delusional dream? Same difference, really. Just a matter of perspective. What a cop-out. But I suspect you'd have a more incisive and insightful answer if we dug into it further.
Yeah, what's your take on it?
I don't like fanatics who give up their whole lives for their ideology. Nor do I like fools who let their delusions take control. Maybe I could understand if Renee had just been an ordinary person. But he had a sage-like intellect. And still managed to get himself lost in the labyrinth of his own desires. Anyway, that's enough about Renee. Now, moving on to Alain Guillotin, the Lord Artificer. He managed to put a stop to the first storm whipped up by Renee. But after that, Alain lost his friends and family. To his credit, I suppose, the loss of his family and friends was purely a tragic accident. It's not like Alain sacrificed them for his cause or anything. After that, the only thing supporting his work was the same dream that had dragged his closest friend down to the abyss. But although the desire to save Fontaine drove him to found the Fontaine Research Institute, Alain continued to reject any form of transcendental knowledge or power. He was suspicious and fearful of it, having seen the way it had affected his closest friend. I think that formulas and machines derived solely from human intellect were the only thing that gave him a sense of spiritual comfort. Yet Alain's intellect was simply too great. It barely left him space to breathe in his lifetime. Once he realized that the end of his life was approaching, he finally accepted the truth. The Nazissenkreuz Institute needed someone, and a human being, to see its story through to the end. He quit working on his formulas, trading them in for the fairy tales that had played such a formative role in his childhood, but which he'd barely touched in his adult life. He told me that the director of the Nazissenkreuz Institute used to read those fairy tales to the children as bedtime stories. Apparently, they worked wonders at sending kids off to sleep. I think that all he wanted at that time in his life was to be able to sleep deeply without being plagued by depression. By that point,
Oh boy, I
nothing
do
else
remember
really
this.
mattered.
And I remember
At the
trying to
very
fight.
end,
Oh,
he laid down to rest in the ruins of the former Nazissenkreuz Institute orphanage, while the Fontaine Research Institute he had founded continued tirelessly with its work.
yeah, I was gonna say, I remember having to fight some enemies using just that weird strength. Because at the time, I still have no idea how to fight underwater. I mean, of course, now I've managed to figure it out, but still, at that time, I fought it with that monster. I mean, one of those seahorses monster thingies, using only the I'm not sure what it's called. You know, I just call it a string. Using that, it was
Many
it
years
was
after
nuts.
that, tensions over competing dreams would once again cause a rift, this time between members of the Fontaine Research Institute. But the actions of those fools had nothing at all to do with Alain. And that is the story of two people from the Nazissenkreuz Institute who both wanted to save the world. One went all in on his fantasy of salvation without ever looking back, and ended up calmly sinking to the bottom of the deepest sea. The other sought desperately to burn bright in his life, even though he wasn't sure where he was going. I do sometimes wonder, why is it that people like them have such grand hopes of saving the world? Even the grandest tree starts as a tiny seed. So perhaps, for each of them, their mission to save the world began with a very simple desire: to save themselves. They were young children with friends and family who mattered to them, desires to explore the meaning of life, ambitions to have a successful career. They didn't want to see all of that taken away in one fell swoop. Or maybe they just wanted to find something to anchor themselves within the chaos, to stop them getting quietly swept away by the storms of life. But instead, the search for their own salvation took them down the rocky road laid out by fate. Do you think the desire to save oneself is enough of a justification to try and save the world? The way you said that sounded just like Alain. I asked him the same question back when he was in his prime, putting all of his energy into his work. He gave the exact same answer as you did. No elaboration, just a quick short answer before getting right back to his work. He was always that way. All right, tea time's over.
Really?
I owe Arlecchino a favor for telling me these stories. I'll have to bring a whole sack of gifts the next time I visit the House of the Hearth. I'm gonna go tinker with Polonia now. You guys can do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't involve interrupting me.
If we say so.
Polonia, exit hibernation mode. Begin diagnostics.
Oh, that just happened. Are we still gonna go to another cutscene? What? Oh! It's over. Now it's officially over. Yep. Don't have any more of that many quests. I do have quite a... Oh, nice. You're gonna have to take care of that. Gonna have to wait for the next Archon quest. Here we go. Ah, my goodness. Oh, nice. I'll take it. Let's see. Here we go, and here we go. Well then. So I guess I might as well try to get my hands on him again. Yeah, enough. Oh well. Come on, I want him. Give me Johnny. Damn it. I have the sniffles. Oh yeah. Putting that aside, we finally finished this quest. I'm also gonna try to focus on leveling up the characters. Oh, hello. Ah, her again. I'll take it. But I was saying, finish the Archon quest. I'm not exactly sure when it's gonna be the next one. Guess we're gonna have to wait. And there you go. And I guess all to do now is just increase one of these guys' constellations. Ah, so close to it. But yeah. There you go. Well, battery's back. We pretty much done with this. I guess all I can do is just try to, I don't know, maybe explore the areas, trying to level up even more. Because I mean, I have some characters here which are, I still need to increase them. I mean, I already have some of them at level 80, as you guys can see. Of course, I still need to increase some of them. Hold on. Still need to obtain more of these. Hold on. But yeah, let me see, should I go over here? But yeah, it's been quite something. I'm trying just to try some alchemy here thingy. So I can increase the traveler. What, this? Oh, this is kind of weird. I don't know why now I have the sniffles. Damn it, don't know why. It's probably just because of change of weather. Yeah, like I said, I was been checking the banner, but apparently the next one's gonna be at December 2. It's gonna be a long wait till then. Oops, nope. It should be more than enough. And now we should be able to level up or ascend. Damn it! Ascend Traveler. Yep, here we go. The first one. Nice. I'm not gonna do it. What? Well, listen, finally reaching the max with Traveler. Of course, there's still a lot of things I need to do. Oh my goodness. That's the saying. But yeah, gonna wait for next Archon quest, because I mean, from the trails I saw, there's still a lot of characters where we are still waiting for appearing. As far as I remember. Let's see, for starters we have, at least from where I saw the trailer, let's see, we still need Alice, we still need the Wanderer, and I think there was one more character. But yeah, we still have quite a lot of stuff to do. I guess meanwhile I'll probably try to level up more of the characters as much as I can, and I'll probably start recording something else. So yeah guys, for now, I believe we are done in Outcry. So all I can say is, I'll see you guys on next Archon quest. Bye bye. Sorry.